He's as potent an offensive player as you're going to find in this league. He averages almost 30 points a game.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow.
He had a 30-point outing the last game against Phoenix.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
Now here's Curry. He kicks it to Barnes. Back to Curry. Let's go. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Beverly kicks to Monteus. And Howard with the stuff.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
The dish to Bogut. The pass to Curry. Curry with another miss.
He's jacked up a number of threes, but his accuracy has been lacking. Time to try something different, if you ask me.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And the shot is good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's Howard with the drive.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Curry outside. The Rockets pull it in. And with the Rockets, it's going to approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent. You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Rockets leading by 4. Harden outside. And Thompson sends it back. Here's Barnes. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. No good.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head-scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Monteus has the open look. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Now, here's Curry. He has 7. Off target from the wing.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Riza. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Out left to the wing. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. Howard, the pass to Harden. Off. The left rim and out.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Back to Curry. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now it's just a 4-point Rocket lead.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
Yeah, and watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game. Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Beverly wide open. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
And he gets it to go.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
The three. No luck. And it's Houston the other way.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year and up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Here's Ariza. Pass to Matajunas. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Beverly. That's good. Beverly's got his second bucket.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comforts.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
Terry is out there with Andrew Goudlock. Then there's Beasley. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida. Remember, won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Good. Barbosa's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Beasley with a clean look. Capella kicks to Brewer. Wide open shot is on the money. Deflects the pass. Here's Capella. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Kevin, here's where the Warriors rank in the NBA over the last month. First in scoring, first in assists, and they're also #1 in three-point shooting. This is a team that loves to cast up shots from behind the arc.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with.
Good. just like the suit. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Here's Goudlock. Kicks it out to Beasley. That three off the mark.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the defense has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull that trigger. You've got to be in his face and not give him any space.
And you can see, Clark, that he has garnered the attention of the defense here. They are not going to allow him to get those kinds of looks.
The wide open look here for Terry. Up again.
No tip required when you've got room to make the stuff.
Has some powerful second chance points right there.
Yeah, and guys, not wasting any time, just straight back up with it.
Warriors leading by 6. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. For Golden State.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Ball going up court. Iguodala dishes to Barbosa. Fires the 3. Brewer with the rebound. Rockets have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that have been the top offensive squad since the All-Star break. The Warriors, number 1. 5th best, the Rockets.
Both of these clubs have been putting up big points since the All-Star break. And it's been impressive to watch.
Livingston kicks to Barbosa. And it's Barbosa, again missing. Rockets trail by 9.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Only 3 games until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. Taking a look at Golden State. They've got their eye on the number 1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, the Houston Rockets. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And seeing where the Warriors are, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
Looks that way to me. I mean, this is a team that appears perfectly primed for a deep run into the postseason, as long as they don't suffer any unforeseen injuries or setbacks.
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Livingston passes to Iguodala. Kicks it to Livingston. He dishes it to Iguodala. Another miss by Iguodala.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it.
Oh!
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Goudlock's shot is off. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the San Antonio Spurs.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis. But when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
And here's the fast break. Up the floor, Barbosa for 3. Terry grabs the board. Rockets trail by 7. Here's Goudlock. Hits it from three-point range. Goudlock's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Timeout for Golden State.
Okay, fans, put your hands
decide to take their first time out here. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Warriors leading by 4. Outside Curry. Takes a 3, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 15 points. There are very few players you can call game changers on offense, but Clark, Stephen Curry is clearly one of them.
Well, the plus-minus for the Warriors with him on and off the court validates that. It's incredible how much better they are offensively when he's on the floor.
From deep, Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's